Woo! We're gonna have a intense topic today to discuss. So this is another live stream where we're gonna do a discussion with anybody who's gonna tune in. So let's see where we are with the live stream. Here we go. Open her up. Gonna turn off the sound. Pop out the live. Where's the chat? I'm gonna do that really quick, guys. Where is the chat? Why I don't see a chat? Oh, here. Haha. Here we are. Pop out. So we're gonna put the chat to the side, and we're gonna have a intense discussion today about Kylo Ren, his lightsaber, and basically tying into that as well. Immediately, we're gonna discuss anything related to cross guards in terms of Star Wars and availability of cross guards in the custom lightsaber community. So well, we are waiting for some more people to come and join in on this live stream. I am going to share this live chat really quickly because having more people joining the live stream is always nice and important for basically online discussions. So what is happening? Come on, YouTube. Here we go. Sorry guys, I need to share this really quick. So this will be an interesting topic, and I think you guys gonna enjoy this. We're gonna basically cover anything about Kylo Ren lightsaber and custom lightsabers that are basically based off crossguard sabers in short. So here we go, and we have to adjust it a little bit. I wish I could do this faster, to be honest. Why is this not possible for me to do it much faster? Live discussion. Oh wait, that's not nice. Kylo Ren lightsaber slash the cross guard lightsabers live discussion. I don't know, it's a little bit annoying that I have to do it like this way, but it seems like there's no other way. As soon as I start a basically a live feed or do something live, this is basically it. It's all inclusive. There's nobody in the background that can help me doing this or something. I wish I could do this much more streamlined. I'm so sorry guys, but I just have to do this really quick. And that's just making sure that whoever's gonna join this live discussion is gonna come with some interesting viewpoints. Oh, am I kicked out of the custom lightsaber group again? It seems like I'm removed of the custom lightsaber group again. Jesus Christ, I've been so many times removed from that group. Yep, it looks like I'm being banned from the custom lightsaber group again. Nice. Always nice. This is like the 5th time by now. Thanks Shamim, thanks Jordan for banning me again from the custom lightsaber group. Either way, so we're gonna have this live discussion about Kylo Ren's lightsaber and basically everything related to crossguard. So guys, I want to know from you to please leave comments here in this section. It's really important that you are participating in the live discussion. Let me know what you think about crossguards, who makes the best crossguards, any saber company that I missed out in that we're gonna discuss about in a bit. What you think about Kylo Ren lightsaber? Does it make sense? The whole change in canon in terms of kyber lights now being crystals that are being bled. It's a very interesting thing. Now, it seems like I'm actually kicked out of the custom lightsaber group again. Let me just quickly... Yeah, shit, man. I'm banned from that group. It's unbelievable. Yes, I'm actually gone again. Yep, I'm definitely removed from the group again. So, yeah, there must be either Shamim or Jordan Mall again that bans me for the fucking 5th time by now. So yeah, that's what you get, you know, people. If you share the truth, people don't like it. Either way, let's jump into this discussion. It's now about the Saberforce elite group that is basically fist deep in the ass of Phil Isherwood. So today, here we go. We have some interesting material here. So I wanted to bring up some information about the lightsaber from Kylo Ren And by going to, let me see the Wikipedia that we have here, the Wikipedia, that's gonna basically tell us more about Kylo Ren lightsaber. Now, I'm gonna read this up a little bit so we have a little bit of a background information, because it was the first time in a long time in a Star Wars movie that we had a new type of lightsaber. The last time I can recall was with the Phantom Menace, where we had Darth Maul's dual-bladed staff. And ever since, I cannot recall there was a different type of lightsaber in the canon Star Wars movies. So we had this crossguard now in The Force Awakens, and in the beginning I was a little bit like, I don't know, guys, it's a little bit weird design, I don't know what to think about it, but the more I think about it, the more I see it, I think, yeah, it's actually a pretty darn cool lightsaber. It's well designed, I like the movie prop, and, okay, yeah, but okay, the curve, yeah, okay, but that's a curve, yeah, okay, that's true, but what I mean is an actual difference in the plasma of the blade, like having a dual-bladed saber, or in this instance a crossguard. Dooku's lightsaber, the hilt itself was bent, so that's true. It's a different design, but the blade itself was one straight blade. So what I mean, that was more how I thought. But you guys are very smart in that perspective. Yeah, you're right. Dooku's lightsaber, the hilt itself is definitely different. So let me see. This is what the Wikipedia tells about his lightsaber. So this is based on canon information. Kylo's lightsaber was a crossguard lightsaber constructed by Kylo Ren, an agent of the First Order, before or during 34 ABY. The lightsaber based on the Asian design dating back to the Great Scores of Malachor. Now, I just opened this link, and this ties into the episode, I think 15 and 16 of Season 2 of Star Wars Rebels, where Kanan, Ezra, and Ahsoka basically explore a Sith temple to obtain a Sith holocron. And that's where the crossguard was shown in the cartoon series. Now, of course, that was based on to tie in Kylo Ren lightsaber into the canon storytelling, and there is basically a reference where Ezra's picking up a lightsaber, and it's a Jedi temple guard lightsaber, I guess, which is also a crossguard with green blades. If you don't have seen it yet, Google. So here we go. So this is the moment where he picks up that lightsaber from the ground, and he finds it's a crossguard saber. So yeah, this design in the Star Wars canon has been around for a very, very long time. Has not been seen ever since. So it's kind of interesting that Kylo Ren came with that design choice. Don't know why yet, but according to the canon, it's as we all know, his crystal is cracked, and that's why it has this unique venting system, because it has to vent the heat. And I believe actual lightsabers don't actually produce heat. Only kyber crystals do produce heat. But since kyber crystals are not canon anymore, so it supposedly should not actually have any heat coming off a lightsaber blade. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, guys. That's what we're here for. We're here to help each other, educate each other, and learn together. So, he somehow came up with this whole design based on maybe his ideas about what the Knights of Ren should be. And either way, his design is based on a very old design, since dating back to the Great Scores of Malachor. Either way, during the Cold War, Ren wielded the lightsaber to kill Church of the Force members Lor's son Tekka and his father Han Solo. Now, we have seen that in The Force Awakens. So, some description about the lightsaber. Kylo Ren lightsaber was the personal crossguard lightsaber of Kylo Ren. Okay, talk basically about the same single thing again. It's just a copy and paste. God damn it. But it's interesting that why would he pick this kind of lightsaber design? What is so significant for him? to design his lightsaber based on, so far as we know, a Jedi lightsaber design. This is a Jedi lightsaber design. This is not a Sith lightsaber design. It was found in a Sith temple, but it belonged to a Jedi. So, interesting. We got some comments here, so I'm gonna read those comments as well now. After Battle of... Wait, El now said Kyber crystals aren't canon. What the fuck? Was the Rebel episode with the big ass crystal for the lol? Synthetic crystals aren't canon anymore. Okay, sorry, I mix up kyber crystals and synthetic crystals. My bad. Punch me in the face. I mean synthetic crystals. I'm stupid. So synthetic crystals are no longer canon. I actually hate that because it made absolutely sense that a Sith had a synthetic crystal and a Jedi had a natural crystal. Anyway, George is saying you should read the Ashoka book that came out a year ago. Kyber crystals are canon. They're the heart of the star. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just wrong, guys. I'm sorry. Oh no, you just ruined the entire plot, mate. We're not gonna do any spoilers here, but that is definitely that's canon information. I just said it wrong, and that's my bad. But what I find interesting is that Kylo chose a lightsaber design that came, from what I can see so far here, from a Jedi, or basically the Jedi that had this type of lightsaber design. Unless the Sith had this particular hill design as well, and then maybe it was a certain type of Jedi and Sith actually wielding this type of lightsaber, and that's where he derived his ideology from. So basically, maybe it's a certain type of Force user within the Jedi Order or Sith Order that used cross guards back then. Maybe a Jedi warrior or a certain Jedi, I don't know, as a protector or something significant that symbolized the cross guards tying into the role or the function of said Jedi or Sith within the Order. So maybe there it comes from. I don't know. I cannot find any information on that. But in the comments, please let me know what you guys think about that. I drink a little bit sip of my coffee. Now, Kylo Ren's lightsaber is a very interesting and unique lightsaber in my opinion. I like that his lightsaber is designed quite intricate. So it has, this is a nice picture to show off. This is from one of the Disney books. It shows like a cutout of his lightsaber. So what I like about it is it's just unique looking. It looks in between something that is basically fabricated by somebody himself by using scrap parts, or something that also just doesn't belong really together. Like it's something that it just doesn't fit together that great. It's like it's something built by somebody that tries to have something looking like a lightsaber as close as possible, and this is what he came up and it's just not exactly there. Maybe, I don't know. But it's interesting. So it says cracked kyber crystal. Here you see the kyber crystal, and then you see the intricate design here where where the power cell is and what's not. I think it's a very interesting lightsaber design. You guys said Doomslayer Santa say maybe Kylo had no options at the time. I think so as well. I think he built his lightsaber out of necessity, and he built it because he is a proud Force user and he's a proud member of the Ren. So that's why he really wanted to have that lightsaber, even though maybe it was more of a symbol than anything else. And now it says all indicators point to an ancient design from someone who is ancient. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe it comes directly from Snoke. Maybe Snoke had involvement with this entire temple. And maybe it's maybe the Jedi at some point were under power of Snoke. Maybe Snoke was a Jedi a long time ago, and that's why maybe the Jedi Order was using cross guards. Maybe it came from him. We don't know. but that would be interesting. Plague Jaw says maybe they go into the Battle of Malachor at some point to give a better indication where the crossguard hilt came to be. I don't think so. We didn't see that with the Graflex design itself. We didn't see that with Obi-Wan's lightsaber or any other lightsaber. So I don't think Kylo Ren lightsaber is that significant that they're gonna explore that in depth in the movie, or unless you've been in the cartoon. But I don't think in the movie itself they're going that much deeper into its crossguard design itself and where it came from. Yeah, so its crossguard is a very unique lightsaber, and there's a lot of different saber companies that now have their own crossguard design for either Kylo Ren or a crossguard lightsaber that is basically built by a custom lightsaber maker. So we're gonna check out some of the websites and companies that make crossguard lightsabers. Now, I'm really stoked to get my own Kylo Ren crossguard, in this case the one from Corband, and I'm gonna discuss that in a bit, a little bit further. But about Kylo Ren lightsaber, I think his lightsaber is I don't know, like if I look at Kylo Ren himself as a person, I don't know. I don't know if I feel like his whole physique, etc., doesn't feel that fitting. Like there is something about it that just doesn't click together in terms of Ben Solo is being Kylo Ren. I feel like there is something that doesn't really fit rightly. I don't know. Either way, Phoenix props. That's one. Phoenix props Kylo Ren. So we're gonna check that one out as well. We're gonna check them all out, of course. But so what I basically want to say is that the lightsaber design is different. It's different for sure. I also like to point out in this scene. This is a scene for the Force the Last Jedi. Look how clean this lightsaber is. It's super shiny, totally clean. And then you look at the actual moves user prop for the movie, and then you see it's heavily weathered and used. So it's like any iteration of the lightsaber of the Graflex or the V2, V3 of Luke Skywalker in the Star Wars movies. There's always that inconsistency, and that's being repeated in the movie with Kylo Ren lightsaber as well. But yeah, I liked the lightsaber. I like his lightsaber a lot. It's just a very unique design. It's quite beefy and bulky, and I actually like that. I like it is something that is a little bit unwieldy. It's heavy. It's not really so sensical, and that's what I like about lightsabers. I feel like they should be this little bit of awkward, weird weapon. It's very alien-nate. Even within the Star Wars universe, it's very unique, and you hardly see any of them. They're very, very, very rare, and that's what I like about it. So we have a whole bunch of lightsaber companies that making the Kylo Ren lightsaber. The first one I want to cover is, of course, the Corband kit, and I'm super stoked for that kit, because just look at how beautiful this kit is. It will have this removable top section, so you can actually take off this section of the body, which will be held in place with earth magnets. So all these places will contain earth magnets, so click on that piece here, and then you have this whole kyber crystal sticking out here with lights underneath, and it's just so beautiful. Just look at this, so intrigued. All 3D printed design elements, ignition button well covered away. It's just, oh, it's gonna be so beautiful. It's gonna be so glorious. Like, I'm super stoked for it. Like, super, super stoked for it. I'm not sure if you guys gonna pick up the Kylo Ren Corband kit, but I highly, highly recommend anybody who's gonna be, who basically is into Kylo Ren, and who wants to have a Kylo Ren lightsaber, I would say pick up the Corband kit. It's gonna be amazing, and it will be a limited available. I don't think they will be always available for a long time, because at some point Corband / Park Sabers will stop producing these once they come out. They will be, I think, limited, much more limited than the Graflex kit. And you saw that with the previous version of the Corband kit. The V1 was only available for an X amount of time. After that, was sold out, and then it became quite sought after. A lot of people actually wanted to have the kit. Now the kit had some flaws because it was the first iteration, so the sizing was off and blah 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 blah. But nonetheless, it's still a desirable product because it's one of the more accurate Kylo Ren hilt on the market, even to date. So when this saber comes out, I highly recommend to jump on it. So as you could see, it includes a crystal review chamber and whatnot, and it's so affordable, $250. You think it's a lot of money, but if you really think about it, it's really not for this quality you get. It comes, of course, in a raw finish, so you need to paint it or powder coat it yourself and whatnot, and install electronics. It's more of a do-yourself product than anything, but it's going to be awesome. Let me go through the comments as well, and then I come back forth between Sabre companies that has cross guards and the comments. Got some comments here. Mike says, I hope we're gonna get to see more Old Republic stuff. You mean within the Last Jedi movie, right? I do hope so as well. More references at least to the Old Republic. That would be great. Mike says, with tons of cross guards, double-bladed pikes, whatever. More sabers. Yeah, more saber designs. Yeah, definitely not a saber ring though. I don't want to see that. I'm not sure what you guys think about that. I don't want to see a saber ring. Argalor said, I really hope to see a flashback of Snoke giving that saber to Kylo, as we saw in the trailer of Episode 8. Did he do that? Yeah, did Snoke give him the lightsaber? I thought Kylo built himself the lightsaber. If that's the case, that would be interesting. Then we have some more comments. Doom Slayer Santos said, if I put money, I would totally get a Phoenix Props one. So this is the version that was being talked about. Let me open it here. So let me see if you can see it. So this is the Kylo V2 by Phoenix Props, and these are really high-end, accurate versions of the Kylo lightsaber. But I believe they're really expensive.
Get the telephone.
I don't need it.
Come on.
Okay, I can see. Ah, yeah, my son typing. Ha ha ha. No, funny. Thank you. So yeah, these are really known for really being high end, like really high end quality. Luke Skywalker, Kylo Ren lightsabers. Very accurate and very beautiful looking as well. Really nice. Yeah. So check out Phoenix Props if you are interested in checking them out. And so the crossguard for Corband will come out this December, probably just around the Last Jedi, or maybe a little bit later than the Last Jedi release date. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but there's not much we can do about it. Yeah, sorry, my son is typing messages here. He's being naughty. Yep, definitely naughty. And then we have other saber companies having their own iterations of the crossguards. Now in this case we have the Saber Forge Relic and Templar. Personally, I'm very keen on the Templar, which I will show shortly. So every bigger saber company has their own version of a crossguard, and some iterations are good, some iterations are not my cup of tea. In case of the Relic, they Saber Forge opted to have spiky crossguards, spiky side blade, vent holes and whatnot. Very aggressive looking hilts, very menacing looking. This is definitely something like that we saw from the Malcor scene, where we have Ezra with a crossguard in his hand. This is something you would see the Sith be wielding then. I personally would think very aggressive looking, like it would cut its wielder. Like if somebody's wielding that lightsaber, it will cut their hands up. It just looks menacing and sharp at the same time. And that is really interesting. So the more interesting lightsaber for me personally is the his brother or sister, the Templar. I like this one more. This one is more like what you saw in the episode 15 and 16 of season 2 Star Wars Rebels, where Ezra picked up this lightsaber. I feel this is a very good resemblance of that lightsaber. I really want to pick up this lightsaber myself, but I'm a little bit holding back. Okay, good. I'm holding a little bit back because it's starting at $300 for just the empty hilt. And I'm a little bit skeptic about Saber Force, guys. And I feel like for $250 I have an accurate movie prop of Kylo Ren lightsaber. I think I'd rather spend my money on that in this point of time than on the Saber Force saber. But this one is definitely not bad looking. It looks good. From the outside, it definitely looks good. So maybe in some time I will pick one up. And I wonder, like, from you guys, what you guys think about the different saber companies, their own iterations of a crossguard. What do you guys, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the Saber Force one, Alter Sabers ones, or whatnot? We're gonna go through all of them. Or are you more of a Phoenix Props or a Core Band crossguard saber, or maybe another company? So we also Alter Sabers on the same bandwagon. So we have a whole bunch of crossguards from Alter Sabers. They're very interesting. They're actually loved by a lot of people. A lot of people are praising the crossguards from Alter Sabers. They absolutely love them. They're quite big. They're very big, actually. They're very big. But a lot of people like the actual size for it being very, very big. Actually, people love that fact. So it's an interesting thing, and I can see where the point coming from, because you will see that as an like a medieval knight, a big ass guy or girl with armor. It's just intense, like the giant from the Games of Thrones, like a big guy with a lightsaber, or girl, of course. Yeah, just very nice. Then they also have their own iteration, which I mean, it looks like a little bit like the Saber Force version, or Saber Force Relic looks like this version, but I feel the Renegade and the Relic has some resemblance with those Batman wings on the side, and it's same types of emitters, like as you can see. It looks quite similar. Also with this thing here, I don't know which company copied the other one. Do you guys know that? Was Alter Sabers earlier, or was Saber Force earlier? But I feel these two designs are very close to each other, so I'm pretty sure one or the other company copied each other. Oh, apparently those Batman wings come off, so that's pretty cool. If they're removable, that's good. We got some more comments as well, so let me go into that. Plague Jaw said, whenever I hear naughty, I think of the courage, the cowardly dog, and when he got shaved by his own crazy brother. I don't know. I got an empty-heeled Renegade SE, and yes, they're very big and it's heavy. But that is something that people actually like about the Alter Sabers crossguards. So I would like to know from you guys, like, if you set it against each other, Saber Force or Alter Sabers crossguards. I mean, the Alter Sabers has more crossguards variations than what we see with Saber Force. Saber Force has 2 models. And Alter Sabers has, let me see, is that 2 different? Yeah, there are 3 dot models. So we have the Flameberg, which a Flameberg, the regular version, and a V2, which has a different pattern. Like this one has actual different body design, so it's actually physically different. And the other one with the Batman claws we just looked at, so the Renegade. So they have 3 different types of crossguards, where Alter Sabers only have 2. Saber Force only has 2. And then we have the Cryotech Expert from Sabermach. I have actually played with this one, and review will come up on my channel this coming month. So check that out. It's a really cool crossguard. It felt really nice in the hand. It's in between a Saber Force and an Alter Sabers in. But the Sabre is known for having a proper Delrin chassis installed, high-end installation of a Nano Biscotti version 4, Tricree LEDs, etc, etc, etc. Very nice high-end Sabre. I really enjoy the Sabre. It's a really, really cool crossguard. Again, it's quite a little bit unique. It's definitely sleek. It's definitely sleek. That is by Sabre standards. They go for the sleek designs. That reminds me, there's another Sabre, a crossguard Sabre I need to look at with you guys. It's the Makoto Lightsaber crossguard. Because even Makoto Tsai has his own crossguards, and we're gonna cover that in a bit. So yeah, Sabre has their own crossguard as well, the Cryotech. Now outside of Asia, not so many people has this crossguard yet. We're gonna see my reviews will be up this month, and I think now they have been sponsoring TLS, the US based or National Lightsaber Dueling Committee and competition. They might be selling more of these lightsabers overseas, and we might see them being used for dueling matches by TLS. So that would be a really cool thing. And then we have another Sabre that I just reviewed earlier last week. This is the Stork Cross Saber. It's the Senken 2. It's a really, really affordable lightsaber. It's $100 US. And what I like about it, it's super, super sleek. It's super thin. Like it's Vader's Fold on stereo. It's a stereo. It's even slimmer than the Vader's Fold. Like it's super slim. Especially in this section here. It's like it's that tiny. It's super tiny, and it feels really nice in the hand. It's light, it's bright, and it's quite loud. And it's of course, it's a budget lightsaber. It's a budget lightsaber for $100 US with sound and light. It's a budget lightsaber, but for the $100 US, it's tons of fun. It comes with a smaller blade, so it doesn't feel as immense as well because it uses 7.8-inch blades, and here you can see the specs. In case you guys are wondering, yeah. So I never know how to pronounce that. Is that 7.8 inch or 7/8 inch? I don't know how to pronounce that. How would I say that? Guys, help me out. So we have a whole bunch of lightsabers there. Now there are more lightsaber companies that making crossguard lightsabers. Of course, for most we have the Black Series lightsabers. We have this Kylo Ren saber that is the Black Series lightsaber. Non-removable blades. This is from the Force Awakens time frame. It's a okay-ish lightsaber. I'm not really big fan of the Black Series stuff. It's just very gimmicky, toy. But I can understand if you don't have a lot of money to spend and you want something that looks canon or close to a canon hilt. This is still your best bet. To get a Kylo Ren lightsaber for around $110-150 US, that with some basic sound, lights, not very bright, it's still okay-ish deal in my personal opinion. It's official. It has some resale value. Some people consider this collectible or they convert it. I rather just buy a core band kit and do the proper way, but I can understand it. And there's a new version for this lightsaber as well. There's another one. So you have this one, and you have the Disney exclusive version, which has removable blades. It's around $220 US, and it's only being purchased through the Disney stores. I'm still thinking about picking one up myself, but it's still not there, guys. It's still quite flimsy. It's not on the same level as buying your own core band kit, for example, or Phoenix props kit. It's not the same level. But then again, it's better than this one, the Black Series version, and you can remove the side blades and the main blades, which is kind of cool for $210-ish. So, we got some comments, let me go to it. Okay, there's basically Plague Jaw is going into the Ultra Sabers crossguard that we just looked at, and he's telling about the tutorial videos to make these sabers combat ready. I believe some guys have some videos online, yes, so you can check that out if you're interested in that. Then we have Doomsayer Santos say 7-8 blades are a pain to get in Europe. Yeah, they're harder to get in general. They're harder to get. These are not really dueling blade sabers as well. These are more sabers that you do some light tapping with. It's more you're gonna take them out and have fun. You take them out to parties for your kids. Maybe inexpensive cosplay, Halloween play. Like, you don't always want to use your very expensive lightsaber. Let's say you have a nice Kylo Ren lightsaber and you go to a con all day, and for some reason you don't feel comfortable to take away your fully loaded, let's say, Kylo Ren lightsaber sorry, I'm forgetting words here. By Corband, for example, yeah, you put in Crystal Focus 8 in there. I don't know what you did with it. Super aesthetically well designed lightsaber with a lot of expensive stuff in there. Yeah, I can understand you don't want to take that to a con, because that's like literally 800, maybe 2,000 US dollar in your hand, and if it drops, it loses, it gets stolen. That's a lot of money, and it's small, it's easy to lose. So yeah, I can totally understand that. Yeah, then I would take something like, for example, the Pachtor cheap lightsaber. I mean, no harm done if it gets all dinged and scratched up. 50,000 people wanna hold. Can I hold your lightsaber? Can I make a picture with your lightsaber? Yeah, sure. Here, here's my $100 lightsaber. You go ahead with it. I don't care. No, it doesn't feel that horrible than giving out your very expensive lightsaber and have some turd dropping your lightsaber on a concrete or something, like, or I don't know, messing things up with it. So yeah. And what is this? This is me. And then we have, and that's a little bit hard to get, guys, but yes, it's true. We have Makoto Tsai from Makoto Lightsabers. He has his own crossguard of saber as well. And it's a very small, tiny crossguard lightsaber, and I got a picture here. They're a little bit more difficult to find. Makoto Tsai has a huge backlog, so if you want to get a lightsaber from him, expect to wait a while. But here you can see some pictures. It's an interesting design. Of course, it's having a main blade is a stringlet blade, and I believe the side blades are just single LED side blades, so you have like an actual LED on the sides. Correct me if I'm wrong. He makes them himself, and yeah, they're interesting. It's not really my cup of tea. They're very thin and very tiny, small hilts as well, like for example the one from the Pach store. But yeah, you can see it has like an hex, a regular screw here. Like it's a little bit different in the way how it makes. He loves to use computer switches, like the 110/230 volt flip switches that you find on the old basically computer power supplies. So I personally, it's an interesting design, and I really like Makoto Tsai. He does do amazing jobs. His lightsabers are the brightest on the market, period. There's nothing brighter than here. You see that computer flip switch that he uses, and they also always have like a gaping hole on the side of the hilt. I'm not a big fan of it, but his lightsabers are super bright. You never buy Makoto lightsaber for having a high-end soundboard experience, because the soundboards you use are pretty basic, but it's just the brightness is amazing. It's so beautiful. I've been playing with a few a while ago, and just fantastic. I'm gonna plan to do a few more reviews of Makoto lightsabers again, because we have a Makoto lightsaber club here in Hong Kong. So I'm gonna meet up with them and play with their lightsabers and do a review for you guys. And here you can see how tiny this lightsaber is. Super tiny. Pretty cool. And if there's any other lightsaber on the market, or I mean crossguard lightsaber that I forgot, is there another company that has a crossguard lightsaber? Let me know. I can check it out now live on the live stream. But Kylo's Ren lightsaber in general, crossguards have grown on me quite a bit. And to a point that I really want to have several more. I already reviewed the crossguard lightsaber from the Pach store. That is the one here. This is the Senken. I already reviewed that, so if you want to check it out on my channel. And do that, of course, after the live stream. And I also did the Blade Builders, Kylo Ren. I did a review on that one as well. Little fun toy. it's fun for kids. If you wanna have a little fun flip out lightsaber that have the blade flip out, the Kylo Ren is I would say arguably one of the best blade builders lightsabers they have. I think it's a really good one. We see some comments. Let me see. Mike is saying, have you seen a NeoPixel in real life yet? No, I'm not yet. Because actually, some people are working on it here in Asia. And they are supplying goods for NeoPixel products. And I will be doing reviews on the said products in the near future. Not for now yet, but it will happen. And for that, I leave that to what it is for now, because I'm not gonna be in ahead of time with making statements about certain stuff. So you guys have to wait for that, but it's gonna happen. Andrew said, have you reviewed the JQ Kylo version? Wasn't on the start of the stream. No, the JQ, no. Does JQ have his own crossguard, or is that a core band saber that has been outfitted? I think it's actually the latter. I don't think it's JQ has his own crossguard hilt. But let me know in the comments. Set Samurai says, I found some information for you. A comic called Darth Maul, son of Damononier. It picks up after the kills Savage oppress and takes Maul. It shows him leading the Mandalorians with a Darksaber. Yeah, that's called Darth Maul. Yeah, no, Darth Maul had the Darksaber, of course, because he wielded it in both the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. He didn't wield it in Star Wars Rebels series though. Doom Santa say, aren't JQ's the core bands? Yeah, I think JQ used the core band kit to outfit it. Pooh. Nathan says the custom saber shop just released their first NeoPixel product. Actually, guys, that's a really good thing that you brought it up, because I didn't really pick up to me too fast. But what you guys basically are saying is that the Kylo Ren saber is the perfect saber for NeoPixel, because with NeoPixel you can make these amazing flamey effects that you cannot do with any regular types of in-hilt or string-led blades. Google NeoPixel fire effect. There's amazing things you can do it. Now I cannot show the videos, because then I just basically showing other people's content, and you have to check out on their own videos on their own YouTube channels. But yeah, with NeoPixel you can make these awesome fire effects, like string-led strip fire effect.
Over his toy.
And well, you guys have to check it out yourself, but you can make these awesome real-life glowing effects, like it's like actual fire, and that is something that can be done with Kylo Saber then, and that is the perfect example to have that working. This is a video that recently actually I found it on my feed from Todd Johnson from Dart Ellis. He posted it on his Facebook, but you should check this out. These are lamps, and of course now you see the pixels, but when you see it in real life you don't see the pixels itself, you see actual fire, like it's having this fire effect. Awesome, beautiful. Chris says, hey everybody, hey, how you doing? Andrea says, I'm really curious about how the teensy NeoPixel will come out in 2018. I hope they come out earlier than that. I hope they have something ready by The Last Jedi, because that would be a good timing to introduce, of course, NeoPixel. Set Samurai says, can the Saber Trio Skylar connect to an Alto Sabers to make a Saber Staff? I don't know. If it's MHS compatible, then I think that would be possible, potentially. Yeah, geez. I am really stoked for The Last Jedi, and in general, I'm a big fan of crossguard lightsabers. I think they definitely fits the Star Wars canon very well. They deserve their place rightfully by now. And yeah, I want to see more of it. I want to see much more of it. And yeah, I'm super stoked for it. I don't know also what will happen with Kylo Ren lightsaber. Will they pull a Clone Wars with it? Will the lightsaber be cut in half? Will we see another lightsaber being sacrificed or being destroyed by another lightsaber impact? Will Rey destroy Kylo's lightsaber? Will Kylo change into this? Will we see that? Will Kylo take out the Kyber crystal maybe and change it out for a green blade? Will he redeem himself or whatever? Like, I'm so curious about that whole crossguard saber. And today actually I was playing the live stream of Star Wars Battlefront, the campaign mode. And if you want to see more about it, check out the live stream. We have another one tomorrow where we're going to play through the storyline. And there were some things reviewed with by Luke Skywalker, and I'm not going to spoil it here, but I think that's going to be one of the points leading into The Last Jedi. So what I'm playing now is actually giving me pieces to what's potentially going to happen and explain why Luke was on that planet with all those porks. So if you guys want to find it out, check out the live stream, because it's really interesting. And you can check it on my channel. It's called Star Wars Battlefront 2 Live Campaign Episode 1 and tomorrow Episode 2. Either way, I'm super excited for The Last Jedi. And I think Kylo Ren lightsaber is very unique. I would love to see more information. Like what I felt like with all this canon information that we get about lightsabers, I feel a lot of the information is so high level. Like why they don't do a more of an elaborate write-ups. Like we have the Keeper of the Holocron, which is basically a this guy is full-time employed at LucasArts to maintain all the lore and make sure it's all in line, etc. Why this guy and Fioni don't make more, or somebody else has basically is full-time employed to give elaborate background stories to every aspect of the Star Wars lore. So it's much more immersive to us, because I think that is a little bit lacking. Well, because when we're reading stuff about his lightsaber from Kylo Ren, there's just a very short write-up, and it feels like it was more written by a fan than anybody else that doesn't know much about Kylo's lightsaber than we know so far as a whole already. I'm just very interested if you guys have anything in either the live stream now or in the offline stream. If you're watching this later, let's say you watch this video tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, what you guys have as an intel about this, about Kylo Ren lightsaber. Like, do you have some more information how he constructed it and why he constructed it in that fashion, or was it just purely given by Snoke, and why Snoke explicitly had that design made for Kylo, and why is the Kyber crystal cracked? What happened to it? Why could he not get a proper Kyber crystal? Are all Kyber crystals destroyed with the first and the second Death Star? Is it all depleted from the galaxy? Is there now just some crumbles left of Kyber crystal? Which it's made of this, what was it, the hearts of stars, and there's like uncountable amount of stars in the universe. So what the freak is going on with that broken crystal and Kylo's lightsaber? I mean, it would be not that hard, I imagine, to get another Kyber crystal. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Let's see. Warsabers coming with a new saber board as well. They already did. Warsabers is another company I'm really interested in. They're based in Russia and they do really cool stuff. Set Samurai is saying, do you think the lightsaber duo will be upgraded in The Last Jedi fast, such as the prequels, or will they still be clunky and amateurish? I think it will be upgraded a bit more. I don't think it will be heavily over the top. At least I hope not. I know a lot of people like that of the prequels. I'm more of the original trilogy, the slower pace, more like kendo, the Japanese fighting swords fighting. Well, you're from Japan, so I don't know what you personally prefer. If you like the more intense fighting, or do you like the slower timed attacks and well thought out. Like I love the lightsaber combat between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Maul in the Star Wars Rebels series. That was a very short, very powerful, and very emotional fight. I absolutely loved it. A lot of people hated it because they wanted to see like a Yoda, like lightsabers all over the place. But I felt like this was the most suiting and most respectable thing they could do for both characters. Sorry, more comments. Mike is saying, hey, Plaguejaw, the new Sabre crystals that she healed, they have been bled. Sorry, what? I don't know, this is still silly to me. How can you heal your own crystal? I mean, if it's cracked, it's broken. I mean, healing your own lightsaber, your crystal. I find it nonsensical to me personally. I just want to see this. You get either a crystal on the natural way as a Force user by going into the Jedi Temple, commit your trial, and there's a crystal. Or if you sit, you have a synthetic crystal because you don't have access to the Jedi Temples and whatnot. That is how I like to see it, and that's, to me, it makes sense. But again, and then more questions. Chris Cloud says, does the Tsun lightsaber from the pack store comes in different hilt colors? From what I remembered last time, it was in red. It might still have different colors. You need to check out on the website. I'm not entirely sure anymore. Mike says it's not a broken crystal. There has been bled for use by Inquisitors. She healed them. Okay. Yeah, I need to still get used to the canon myself, the new canon. Plague Joel says, I don't know. I feel Kyber crystals are super hard to come by, especially after Emperor destroyed them. But Disney says they're not longer canon. Hendo from the Clone Wars even mentioned how they're invaluable. Yeah, so that was that was what you saw in the cartoons here, in the actual cartoons, not the series on the TV. But you saw tons and tons of lightsabers going into these ovens and were being destroyed under the supervision of Darth Vader. Anything related to Force relics were destroyed or completely liberated from the landscape. And it would make sense to me as well that Palpatine did that on purpose, because he didn't want any competition. He wanted to make sure that he could rule the galaxy without any basically any compromise. So in regards of the Kylo Ren lightsaber, this is a good question by Set Samurai. He said, do you think the Knights of Ren are all Force sensitive? I don't think so. I think it's only Kylo. To be honest, Knights of Ren. So let me take a look. So here are the Knights of Ren, and it's a bunch. Oh, this is the concepts. It's a whole bunch of different people. This is canon. This is actually a quite nice picture. Wow, I never seen this picture being so high res. Ooh, this is really nice. I never saw that. So what I can see is that those guys have different types of weapons. Now, I'm looking. It's very hard to see, but this guy has like a massive type of mace over his shoulder. This guy have a pike. You can see the pike here. This guy have like some sort of a pistol or a weapon in his hand. It's like a baton or something, like a baseball bat. I don't know what's this. Looks like more like a shield or arm weapon. So it's gonna be very interesting, and I don't know where the Knights of Ren coming from, but I love these helmet designs, especially from this guy. It's so scary, and this guy here has, I believe it's called Grenade Phase or something. They have unique, beautiful mask designs. Maybe we can do that in the next live stream and cover that a bit more. But the Knights of Ren are very spectacularly well designed. I think the uniforms are beautiful, and they just have a certain appeal to them. They from the bat were very very scary and interesting, and I have no idea what they're all about. Wow, these are really high res pictures. I never saw them so high. Last time I looked at those pictures was, of course, I don't know, maybe a year ago, trying to decipher what the different Ren were. But as you can see, I mean, they're so badass. But there's only one person with a lightsaber, and I think because Kylo is the force sensitive of the bunch, I think that's why he's the only force sensitive one. That's what I think. So this one has a gun. This guy probably has a gun. This guy has this, like, I don't know what the hell that is, but interesting. Some more comments here. Plague Jaw said, if there are, it could end up like the old Empire before the Roof 2. Nicholas Bolia said, brah. Said Samurai said, I know that the claimed Darth Plagueis is not canon, but Rey's staff look like it could be a Sabre staff. Really? Darth Plagueis Sabre staff. Well, let me go into that. I wanna see that. Okay. That does look like it, right? That does look like it quite a bit. That could be a Saber staff for sure. And she's carrying that lightsaber and during the whole Force Awakens. So, interesting, guys. That is interesting. It might very well be. But if this is, let's hypothetically say, okay, she is wielding Darth Malgus Saber Spike Saber. Okay, where would Kylo's saber come from then? I know it's an old agent lightsaber design, the crossguard, but would there be another particular force user using said lightsaber? Maybe Kylo Ren is using the lightsaber of Snoke. It was actually Snoke's own lightsaber. How about that? That would make sense, guys, if you think about it. Look at Snoke's face being completely deformed. He was in some sort of huge accident. What if the lightsaber of Snoke also got damaged and the kyber crystal inside of it got cracked because of that? Whatever happened to Snoke, and he fixed the lightsaber, gave it to Kylo to lead the Ren with Snoke's lightsaber. Ooh, I actually think that makes sense. I actually think Kylo is using Snoke's lightsaber. What do you guys think? Is that stupid? I think it might be. I think it makes sense, actually. It makes sense that the crossguard, the kyber crystal is broken, and that Kylo has an ancient lightsaber design. I think it's this guy's lightsaber. I think personally now, I think Kylo is using Darth Plagueis lightsaber. What was that? Sorry, Darth Plagueis. Snoke, crossguard. I think this is Snoke's weapon. I'm convinced. I'm convinced that I'm convinced that Kylo is using Snoke's lightsaber, and that's why it's damaged. It's cracked because Snoke had something happen to him. He was involved in a massive blast or something. Like he was, I don't know, his ship was, I don't know, whatever happened to him, that lightsaber was with him, and that lightsaber was handed over to Kylo to lead the Ren, and he made Kylo feel significant, and he basically mind fudged Ben Solo in believing that he is the chosen one, he's important, and he is gonna make the difference. But in actuality, Snoke just wanted him to lead do the dirty work for him and destroy the temple of Luke Skywalker for whatever reason and whatnot. So I feel now comfortable with that whole deal to say I actually feel comfortable now to say I think Ben Solo / Kylo Ren is using a lightsaber of Snoke. Period. It makes sense. It makes sense to me. Said Samurai said, I'm curious to see how Snake got Kylo to take sides with him. Maybe it's similar to how Palpatine manipulated Anakin. I think so too. Just totally mind fudge him. Completely mess him up, and it's like a chess game. You do it piece by piece, slowly, and you just completely liberate and destroy any free mind that the person has, and just completely list according your image of how you want to portray that world to that person. I think he is very good at that. Maybe so. That is a skill that was learned by Palpatine, right? From him. Maybe Snoke learned that to Palpatine, and that's why Palpatine could do that with Anakin, because he learned those skill sets through his older master Snoke. Who knows? Who knows? I think we have a good session here going, guys. I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable with this theory. I feel comfortable to back up this theory now. And now I see the Sabre staff from Plagueis. I mean, that's also quite convincing. I mean, if the crossguard was not Snoke's saber, maybe the Sabre staff was Snoke's lightsaber. He took out the crystal out of the staff. The staff is now in Rey's hands, which is not a lightsaber anymore. He took that broken crystal and put it in the crossguards for Kylo, because he is the leader of the Knight of Ren, which is based on an ancient Ren clan, which basically looks more like medieval, knights basically, than anything. So that's why he had that crossguard design, and also because the Kyber crystal was cracked, so Snoke had to come with a different lightsaber design because it needed to fend out the over excess power / heat. So that's why it became a crossguard saber instead of a regular saber, because the Kyber crystal got damaged during Snoke's accident or attack on him or whatever. Set Samurai says, I can't see the movie having her carry this staff around for no reason, especially when she has a lightsaber now. Yeah, that's true, right? The saber itself looks like a combination of Sidious and Nihilus saber. Yeah, it's a nice design, that's for sure. Okay, that's my son. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, I think we had a really nice conversation today about the lightsaber of Kylo Ren, the design, the origin, and theories, and other saber companies coming with crossguard designs. I think we had a really good episode / session today. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna probably wrap it up momentarily, and we're gonna have another session next week. So maybe we'll do it multiple times per week. And we're gonna expand it. We start off with lightsabers, expand it to broader topics of Star Wars, maybe more about The Last Jedi, and we're gonna talk about speculations or fan theories and whatnot, and then make it broader, and then we talk about other Star Wars related stuff like toy collecting or Star Wars toy news, cosplay, or whatever you guys want to discuss. I think I really enjoy this to do that with you guys, having the feedback from you guys. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate the kind words. I appreciate you guys are engaged and chatting with me, and we have a really fun time all together. I think everybody's on the same level. I'm very excited for the Last Jedi. I mean, everybody is like super hyped now. We're all small kids, and I think with the hype now, it becomes, I feel, really becomes bigger than the Force Awakens. I don't know why. I think the Force Awakens was like fresh, new, a new series of new Star Wars movies. But now we get Luke Skywalker, and he's gonna be one of the stars of the new movie, and I'm beyond excited, just because of that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to look, maybe if you guys interested in it, tomorrow morning we have another Star Wars Battlefront 2 live stream where we're gonna play the game. That's not the campaign. The campaign will be in the evening hours. Vice versa, wherever you are. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, great evening, a great morning. And I say guys, but I also mean all girls that watching, guys and girls. Please leave a comment in the comment section if you're watching this video offline, because we can still engage further with these conversations, because that would really help further to have these discussions. Let me know what you thought about this discussion about Kylo Ren lightsaber. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great evening. Bye bye.